Namaste. Welcome to I'm Woke. I'm your host, Evelina Calder. In today's video, I'm going to take you guys through how to heal yourself from collective spiritual bondage and spiritual slavery by learning how to work with your own soul blueprint in your own Akashic records. I know, bold statement. I am in the Akashic records of the collective of humanity that is ready, willing, and able to work within their own Akashic records. And that is how the guardians of the records just asked me to start. So this is going to be a wild stream. I'm excited to jump right in with you guys. If you're new to my channel, my name is Emelina Calder. I am a high performance spiritual mentor, spiritual coach, life coaching, and business coaching. I am also mainly an Akashic Records reader, practitioner, teacher, and guide, and a psychic medium. If that sounds like your jam and you want to learn more about all topics around the metaphysical, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss any awesome videos. Like this video and drop a comment below and let me know what resonates ahead of time. I like to get all the things out. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm in the Akashic Records right now. I'm going to do a general reading of what they want to bring through me. They already gave me 3 themes. Hi, hello, good evening to anyone that comes in and everyone watching this video. I always say that late. It's like when a comment pops in. I love it. Always distracting, but they're like the best distractions, the humans, right? So I'm in the Akashic Records. I'm going to say whatever they need me to say around this topic to help you guys unlock your ability to claim your own destiny and right to your destiny in this life and in this incarnation. And then I'm going to introduce you to a program that I have. It's an online self-paced program. It's a 6-week online course. It's very robust, and it's called Akashic Records Immersion, where I actually take you step by step through learning how to read and intuit your own Akashic Records so you can actually claim your destiny. So the first thing they're asking me to establish, yes, I would encourage you to explore your Akashic Records on your own. And if you would like to try that and start getting your feet wet, I do have a free training linked below in the description. It's an 8-part video training on starting to access your own Akashic Records so you can start to get your feet wet. Now, I've also got the program link below, and I'll tell you guys ahead of time before I jump into the full channel that I'm running a 70% off promo code right now that Spirit, the Akashic Records, asked me very clearly to do today. It's not something I normally do, and I normally would never run this level of a steep discount. So there's a reason for it. I just listen to the guidance. I don't really question that much when they give me very direct insight. So that code is linked below as well. When you do go to the checkout page, read through the page, see what you're getting into. The Akashic Records are a very deep program, and we're going to go into it in this video. At the end, or sorry, when you click the code, when you click to checkout, you click have a promo code and then add the code ancestors, and you will see your pricing there. I also have very, very affordable payment plans. Okay, that's the scoop. Now we're going to jump right in. They were telling me specifically that it is wonderful to get your feet wet and get started in this work, and I do encourage you to do so. And they're saying without a practiced guide, you do not receive access to the level of healing that you're going to need to change your life. They're trying to explain to me right now, there's a level of guardianship, and they're telling me, I mean, I've known this for a long time, but I have a very, very high access of guardianship within the Akashic Records. So when you enroll in a program like mine, you're actually getting like a fast track access. They've streamed this through with me before, so I'll link the video after the stream below so you can watch that. But when you work within the Akashic Records, there's like your basic training, which when you go in initially, and we'll backtrack again. The way you get into your Akashic Records is through meditation. It is a soul blueprint. It's an etheric database. It's accessible anywhere and everywhere. Your mind has access to it in the 4th dimension. And when we work within the Akashic Records, I'm specifically speaking to your records. Everything has a record. Oh, thank you. Everything has a record, but you really only have permission to access your own records, your own database, your own Google Access code in order to figure out what's been going on with your soul to claim your right to your destiny. The right to your destiny is a sacred right. It comes with a great amount of responsibility, which is why when you enter your records on solo practice without clearance from a guide, i.e. me or someone like me that can give you access to our sacred transmissions, each guide that works in the Akashic Records has different access, okay? Now, how do you guys want to explain my access codes? they're, they're telling me when you work through me, because of the amount of karmic work I've done and the amount of proactive service I have provided for humanity in exchange for my access, they're telling me that when you walk with me, don't take this the wrong way, okay? You get to walk into the room where there's the code to set off the bomb. There's a big red button, and you don't ever get to touch that unless you're coming through with the integrity of and clearance of my access. Because it's not that like I'm catering to you in your Akashic Records 24/7 for the rest of your life. It's that you're leaning on my integrity. And because my spiritual and energetic integrity is fucking so strong, they naturally give you access to what you need to control your life. That like blow up the bomb button, like set fire to my life button, it's not to your life, but it kind of is where you get to destroy everything. Wow, you guys are coming in strong. Truly, you get to destroy everything that you had pre-negotiated before you came into this life. And when you hit that little bomb button under my access treatment, you get to rewrite all of your soul contracts. There is no way I would be where I am today without having the access that I do. And I have leaned on for those of you that can track with me, the multidimensional access. My soul has done this work across lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. I am very familiar with it. And I hold the integrity across my multidimensional self. So there's no like shadowed self like wreaking havoc. Like the integrity is very, very strong with me, which is why I can give sacred access within the Akashic Records for you to completely destroy what it is that you have been trained to be, the karmic cycles and the spiritual bondage that you have been held in, and you can literally rewrite your contracts, rewrite your soul agreements, decide who it is you want to be in this life, and then actually be able to put in the work, because once you blow up the previous paradigm and the collective agreements, you release the spiritual bondage, their shackles, right? You let them go. Then you're a free bird. Now, when you're a free bird, there's a lot of responsibility with your choices. And that's something that I teach very, very, very actively, is the responsibility and the accountability to the self. You take radical accountability and radical responsibility for everything that happens to you and everything that you are and everything that you do. Period. End of story. There is no more victim mindset when you work with me. Not to scare you guys. It shouldn't scare you at all. If I was watching this video freaking like 8 years ago, I'd be like, oh my God, this girl's it. Like, sign me up. There is no more blame game. There is no more he said, she said. There is no more, I'm going to pass this karma to the next lifetime. It's like, shit's due. I want a rich and famous life. Okay, cool. Most of you probably want some version of that. I want to be real wealthy, real well-known, real happy, and have the most beautiful relationships of my dreams in this life. Okay, great. Here's the deal. A lot of you are stuck in karmic cycles and spiritual bondage that you can't get out of without rewriting your contracts. And I want you to think about the contracts as in legal contracts. I'm very frequently up there called a cosmic lawyer or a cosmic judge. Rather, I have very high clearance. They call us walking karma. Like literally through my eyes, judgments are made because I'm working through the records all the time. And earth angels. All right. Now, a lot of you in the collective are earth angels, and you've been stuck in these shackled agreements, which they'll stream through me through the stream to explain that you are entitled to break free from, completely entitled to, when the time is ready. And they're telling me the time is now. They're literally saying, don't beat around the bush. This is going to be a very direct stream. For those of you that are not accustomed to working the Akashic Records and have a high level of psychic activity, which you don't need, I will train you to be able to intuit your own records and intuit the guidance that comes. The Akashic Records come with guardians. Whenever you go into your own Akashic Records, you are given your own set of teachers, your own set of guides, your own set of ascended masters. You're given access to your higher self, which of course you always have no matter what, but your higher self is always going to be there for you. I like to work with my oversoul, my avatar self, and the Rishi self within the Akashic Records as well. You have a lot of access, a lot of teachers. I like to call them cosmic coaches or cosmic chaperones. A lot of people will refer to them as librarians. I think that's a very understated way of looking at the Akashic Records. Now, they're taking me here, so we'll go here. The way the most people describe the Akashic Records are an etheric library. It is seen as a database. It is very frequently shown to people that have clear visual, oh my gosh, what's the word? That have the visual psychic abilities, clairvoyant, in a way that looks like a big hall and tons and tons and tons of books on shelves. Okay, very frequently that's how it's shown. It's not how I see it. It's pretty rare for them to show me a book hall. When I go into the Akashic Records, I'm frequently shown a courthouse. It is very much a courthouse for me, and I'm there with masters, teachers, and guides, and we are flipping through contracts, all right? Like, this is my experience. It's going to be different for each and every one of you when you access your Akashic Records, okay? But this is my experience. And what I do while I'm in the Akashic Records is I reconcile my karma. I reconcile my consciousness, my conflict, my internal conflict on actions I've taken, actions I haven't taken. I inspect the living hell out of every relationship I have ever walked into or had anything to do with, to understand the agreements and the karma that needs to be worked through as I'm working through it, through pretty much literally every single relationship in my life, because I like to have a very conscious understanding of the purpose of the relationship. Also, that's not for everyone, but that's been my experience. Now, a lot of you, when you access your own Akashic Records, and then we'll go into the spiritual bondage piece because they're pinning that for me right now. When you go into your Akashic Records, it's a meditation. It will feel like a meditation. Those of you that are very new to psychic development, you don't need to be psychic to get the attunements and to start building your psychic prowess. What's the benefit? You get to see the world in the in-between. You get to understand your subconscious. You get to understand what you're attracting and why. You can catch things before they manifest. You can manifest more powerfully, and you have a SWAT team. They just said SWAT team. You guys are not even joking around today. You have a SWAT team with you that is going to keep you on track. The way that they do that, whether or not you're in the Akashic Records in the moment, when you have chosen a committed path to working with your spiritual higher self and your Christic light body within the Akashic Records, your guides know that you are now on a curriculum, which I will explain. It's like enrolling in a school, okay? So the school is the Akashic Records. The school of the Akashic Records in my transmission, working under my guidance, is claiming your sacred right to your destiny. It's deciding who you want to become, what you want to live in this lifetime, becoming accountable to everything you've lived, being willing to release the drama and the baggage and the relationships that don't work, becoming very good at renegotiating your subconscious mind, which are your past lives, your parallel realities, your subconscious agreements with other humans. It's all subconscious work. It's about bringing the subconscious into the conscious mind and bringing awareness to it. So the way, whether or not you are directly in your records in the moment, the way that your guides will guide you when you choose this curriculum, you choose this school, you choose this work, is no matter what you're doing through the day, you'll all of a sudden just like get this autopilot, like, oh, I just feel like I need to go do that thing. Your intuition will be on high. Oh, I feel like I need to go do that. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't pick up this call. Oh, I'm just getting a weird vibe from this person. And then boom, you'll get a download and be like, I just got all this information out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm not working with you. Or yeah, I am working with you. Or that doesn't feel right. You'll really start to attune to the subtle abilities of understanding the space in between all things that has the highest level of communication available for you. That is not you reading the lower astral plane, which is just like bullshit thoughts that people project at you. It's you being connected to your direct source consciousness and the ascended masters and team that are not just there on a whim to like support you just to like get through your life. You're now on the curriculum for your destiny path. So what they're doing is gently bringing your attention, almost like a puppy, like, oh, look over here, look over here. Like they're gently bringing your attention and awareness to the things that need to change, to the things that you need to claim, to the aspects of your life that are no longer working. Like, gosh, I'm just trying to think, like when you start working in a higher vibrational container, and the Akashic Records are a super high vibration, at least where I will guide you. The things that no longer are high vibrational, the things that are bullshit and that aren't working for you anymore, will all of a sudden start to show themselves. You'll start to see the parts of your life that are no longer working very, very clearly, because the guidance system that is part of your higher self is bringing your natural and attention and awareness to what's no longer working with you, for you, so that you can actually reconcile it in your conscious mind and make a conscious change with action. Everything always comes down to action. Oh, I forgot to circle back. So we're gonna be on a little winding path because this is a reading, all right? So the Akashic Records said to describe their voice. The reason why I am so grounded and animated and in a firm way is because typically that is the way that the guardians of the records speak. They're also known as the Lords of the Records. You've got lots of guides in there. You could have ancestors come forward in the Akashic Records, but regardless, they are like firm gatekeepers to your consciousness, and they tend to speak in a very matter-of-fact, direct way. And if you don't hear them in a clairaudient way, you will feel the information in a very direct way. They will call you out. They will not let you squirm around things. They are also very gentle, very loving, very kind, and through my transmission are always extraordinarily safe. That's not the case with every transmission. I have focused for the last decade on my psychic work being safe as fuck, okay? So for those of you that are scared of psychic material, scared of meeting ghosts, I know I was, scared of getting your hands into cookie jars you shouldn't be in. My transmission is very, very, very safe. It is cultivated in a way that meets your consciousness where you are in a way you can handle. They will only, through my transmission, give you the bite that you can digest in the moment, the amount that you can take. A lot of people, when they do Akashic Records work, are overwhelmed with downloads, are overwhelmed with huge psychic guidance. It's like doing a big mushroom trip and literally not knowing what to do with it. Like for the people that do hero doses and then are like, I can't function in my life now. That's not this work. Okay? The way that I cultivate psychic and spiritual confidence and security is through safety. You are only given what you can handle. And that is what I love so much about this work and about this practice. It has to be safe. Otherwise, your consciousness will break down, which is not something you have to worry about in anything that I do. My free trainings, my YouTube lives, everything is safe. It meets you right where you are in a beautiful state of consciousness because that's what I've cultivated for you. Okay, where do you guys want to take me next? They want to go right into the spiritual slavery and spiritual bonding. Okay, so we'll start with number one right here. When you open your Akashic Records, you enroll with a commitment to spirit, and it does require a commitment. When you work with the Akashic Records, you are enrolling in a curriculum to claim your destiny in this lifetime. Not the next lifetime, this lifetime. That's my MO. That is the work I've cultivated. That's everything I do. And this is very superior work. You're essentially walking into like a master's or PhD program in spirituality when you do the work with me, again, under any of my guidance, through any of my YouTube videos, my live streams, or in Akashic Records Immersion, which is my deep dive 6-module program. Okay. At the collective level, humanity is spiritually shackled and bound. We go through, there are a lot of things going on here. I don't know exactly what they're going to stream through, but we go through, what are the halls of Amenti, where our consciousness is deleted and cleared. And we get very dumbed down to come into the human body. That's part of the agreement of this lifetime, is that when you come into being a human, you agree to forgetting everything that you know. At the collective level, those are spiritual shackles. You're not allowed to access, and by not allowed, I'll explain this. You're not allowed to access your destiny. You're forced into or agreed into, I guess, they're showing me sheep. It's like a sheep herd. Like, you agree to live within the conscious, or rather the unconscious collective, or the conscious collective. You agree to be part of humanity. You give up a lot of your spiritual power to be part of the whole. Part of that whole is learning things like how to fit in, how to not break the rules. They're showing me the hive mind, the collective mind. You become part of the collective mind. That collective mind, it's not of the collective mind benefit to give you access to your own spiritual dharma, your own spiritual destiny, because then you would buck the rules of the collective, okay? So these are part of the collective contracts that we opt into when we are born on this planet. It just is what it is. I don't even think it's terrible. You just need to start breaking them open. So that spiritual bondage, those spiritual shackles, and they did refer to it as spiritual slavery, where your power is essentially, it's siphoned off from you, and you're taught that you're just human and that you're borderline nothing and that you have to do things the way things are done here. So your spiritual power is pulled away from you. When you work within the Akashic Records and you agree to this work, you claim all of that multidimensional spiritual power back as yours. You break the collective of humanity shackles from your wrists and from your consciousness, and you become what I call a rogue player on the grid, on the light grid. They're showing me Tron right now. So if you guys have seen the movie Tron, either of them, but I'm thinking of the new one, when the users come on the grid, oh, maybe that's where I got the term grid. I don't remember. When the users step on the grid, they have access to change anything at any time because they are the God creators. They created, I forget what it's called, the whole Tron game, like the whole consciousness, right? So when a user gets on the grid, like all they do is put their hands down and they can manifest instantaneously. That is what they're showing me it is. That's the power to bring in your full spiritual multidimensional power, awakening your 12th strand DNA, and calling in and stepping into your 5D awakened human, which over the last 3-4 years is a very, very new thing. And 5D humans are now, we're available to claim our 5D human status and actually live at the 5D level while in physical form, which is like manifesting very, very, very quickly. It's stepping into your destiny. It's being an earth angel. They're telling me to tell you that this program is effectively earth angel training. I never thought I would say that before. That's funny. Okay, what else do you guys want to say? So the collective, like in Tron, are like all these characters on the grid that are trying to destroy each other. It's like dog eat dog. What else are they doing? They're games, right? The whole theory behind Tron is there's these games and they have to fight in the games, or they have to like serve in a certain way for the collective. I'm sure there's a political term for that, but I can't remember it to help connect that. Anyway, so when you claim your authority when you claim your God seed consciousness, your Christic light body, your access to your higher self, your full dimensional, multidimensional reality, and you harness all that spiritual power in this life, you become an active creator on the grid. You become a rogue player. You become your own authority energetically. It's a lot of power. It's really beautiful. You will never be given more power than you can handle. If you're, for example, if you're given too much power, you could create a lot of karma as a human that your soul would be very like cranky about, because we're on curriculums down here. Under my transmissions, always, forever, you are only given the amount of power that you can handle. There are gate or access points where when you can prove through your action, through your integrity in how you do things, your ability to follow through in everything that you do, you're given more and more access to more and more power. That power is spiritual power. It translates to emotional power, mental power, psychic gifts, intuitive abilities, and the ability to claim power in the physical world, money in the physical world, and attention or fame in the physical world. All right? That's the structure we've got going on here. All right. Akashic Records, is there anything else you want to talk about with spiritual bondage? Okay, they're saying right now, you can receive the transmission right now to release the shackles of the spiritual bondage. It just needs to come to the consciousness level, and they're granting that access forward. What do you want them to do again? If you want to release the collective shackling at the spiritual level, all you need to do is claim it in this now moment and say, I give permission and I wish to disengage from any spiritual harm that was caused to me coming into this incarnation. I release now any spiritual shackles or slavery that disrupted or dissociated my power, my spiritual power from myself. I claim my inherent birthright, my own spiritual power, my destiny, and my work within my own Akashic Records now. This is the blueprint from which we work. This blueprint is a destiny blueprint. It is separate from what it is to be a normal collective human. Okay? The way they're describing it, for those of you that can track with me on this, it is the blueprint for the 5D human. What I am cultivating with you here is training you into the 5D contracts, which is the new earth, right? Which I don't know all the theories. You guys can let me know in the comments. Like when that comes, it's now. And I'm like one of the first trainers. So we're here for this work. Now, I do want to cover what they're showing me now is why me? Why this work? Why do I have this access? Spirit is very loving, all loving, but can be transactional. So here's the deal. I said a lot of prayers when I was younger, and I said, do not let me be a product of my environment. I came from, without going into detail, a very difficult background. I was handed probably the worst, not the worst, well, I don't know, pretty fucking bad, worst set of cards, like a card hand. I was given a real shitty deck, real shitty contracts. I will say that we do choose this life, and we do choose a certain array of the experiences, and that I am a spiritual warrior, and I'm a very ancient soul, and I have a lot of experience in walking into very dark situations and coming out on top. So I was willing to do the work. Now, I again said a lot of prayers to break free of what I was conditioned to become. I was not available for it. I didn't want it. I actively chose away from it, and I actively chose to do something different. That work, I'm just saying this in a number of ways. That work comes with an exchange, okay? You're not just given, and this is transparently for you guys to know, my soul contract, my spiritual contract with Spirit and with the Akashic Records. And they very clearly demanded recently that I needed to start moving on this because I have to uphold the terms of my spiritual contract. All right, so I asked for a huge transformation and a huge awakening. I asked for my consciousness to be kept up. I was willing to put in the work and the integrity. I'm insane about it. Those of you that don't know me personally, integrity is like, I'm insane about my integrity. I'm like, everything has to have very complete integrity. Like they're showing me it's very Capricornian, and it's like not, I don't have that much earth in my chart at all, but like, it's like very like, no, like things need to be done the right way. The T's need to be crossed, the I's need to be dotted. Spiritually, like absolutely. And that needs to show through my actions, through my ability to prove that I can handle that power in a physical way. I was given my transformation, all right? Again, without going into details, I've had a very strong glow up. If you guys are wondering even just a little bit about what that glow up looks like, just scroll back in my YouTube feed to my first video. That was 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And you will see a drastic difference in A, how I look, B, my confidence, how I speak, and everything else. And that's only like 3 or 4 years ago. If you could look 10 years, you'd be like, there's no way in hell this woman was able to do what she has done. People that met me when I was young are like, how did you do this? I'm like, well, I do a lot of spiritual work. Let me explain. Anyway, so 4 or 5 years ago, while I was doing work within my own Akashic records, which I do every single day, my guides, and they also came through other psychic mediums to reinforce this with me, gave me a very strong ultimatum. They were like, Emelina, you were given your glow up. You released all the past karma. Now you're going to walk through and create the new life. They said there's an exchange here and it's time. And they said, you need to start teaching this because that's your contract. In exchange for the glow up I was given, in exchange for the access to the spiritual power, in exchange for the transformation, I am in constant service. That service is this work. I am here to cultivate this community and teach you guys as much as I possibly can so that you can have access to your own destiny, so that you can create your own glow up, claim your right to your life, which is done through the right of accessing your own Akashic records. It's the access to your destiny, essentially, to change your report card with the universe, to actually study and work with and remember what you had chosen to forget by coming into this body. What were you guys saying on the I feel like they just piped in on the collective contracts. Just give me 1 sec, you guys. I'm just checking in with them. Okay, they're taking me aside from that. You have a sacred right to access your own Akashic records. You have a sacred right to your soul data and soul blueprint. You have a sacred birthright to your spiritual power as well. This sacred birthright to the Akashic records, to your destiny, to your soul power, your extended spiritual power, that has all been guarded for centuries and centuries and centuries and kept under lock and key, given to only pharaohs, kings, queens. You know, we worked with it in Atlantis and Lemuria and Avalon, right? The different like major socializations and colonies within like the past lives of Earth. It has been traditionally, recently, for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, shut down, and the collective of humanity was not given access because it creates a level of spiritual bondage. A lot of beings and a lot of specific people on the planet that are in high positions of leadership benefit from that spiritual bondage. When you are spiritually bound to the collective, it's like a constant spiritual fog or blur where you can't choose what you want. You just kind of go with the waves of the collective. So whatever the sheep are doing, you do. And when the sheep jump off the cliff, you jump off the cliff. And when the sheep eat each other, you eat each other. And when the sheep kill each other, they kill each other. And when the sheep do this, they do that, they do that. They're dumb AF. They're just racing around. They're fucking like rabbits. I'm all for the sacred sex, by the way, but this is a different thing. You know, it's like this primal, they keep you in your primal lower states of consciousness, the primal mind, because if you're in the primal mind, you are of no threat to any other leadership capability, being on the planet, or ET. Now, you're always safe and protected, especially under my guidance. Safety and protection is something I double down on a million times over. All right. But the point is, for eons, the shit was held back and not given, we weren't given access to our sacred right and sacred destiny to claim our lives, because there's a lot of power that other beings and people through history have benefited from by keeping people asleep. Asleep to their spiritual power, asleep to their consciousness, asleep to their own ability to create their lives as they are. Because once you claim your sacred creator status, you're no longer food for someone else, for another entity type. As long as you're asleep, you are food. You're feeding something, and it's not you. So God bless that whole process. I'm not here for the conspiracy theories, okay? I'm just literally channeling through what they're asking me to say to you guys. They know I hate conspiracy shit, but it literally is true. So I don't know. That's where we're at with this. Where else do you guys want to take me? This is going to bring you closure from toxic binding to spiritual slavery. And if you said the invocation that they mentioned earlier, it's gone. Spiritual slavery is gone. You have access. Now it's up to you to claim your access, to put in your work. You know, Spirit has a ton of grace and will give you a ton of grace. But if you don't put in the footwork, if you don't put in the foundational steps to your spiritual work, like, they're not going to give you shit. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like learning how to do anything. You have to be willing to do the daily footwork. It is daily footwork. Maybe we'll get into that. Okay, so that was whole topic 1. Topic 2, healing through the Akashic records, is moving from the ugly duckling to the swan. They gave you that phrase earlier. You become the black sheep. A lot of you that feel like black sheep in your families, in your communities, you just feel like you don't fit in. Guess what? Maybe you've heard this, maybe not. You're not meant to fit in. Sweetheart, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. There is nothing more painful than standing out from the collective and feeling like you don't fit in. I know from my entire life experience of being a black sheep. Or a white sheep. I don't know. It's like the odd one out, the one with the light. So a lot of working with the Akashic records is understanding your raw power, understanding who you are at the soul level, your real authentic truth, your creative expression. They're saying your sexual expression, which isn't always expressed sexually, literally. It's your kundalini. It's how you physically move in the world. It's your power. It is your sex. It is your drive. It is your motivation to create. It is your ability to have will and to move energy in this world. Something they're asking me to mention, a lot of light workers that work in the higher realms the way that I do don't have the primal power that I have. And that's an example they show through me, is I have no issues going right into my lower chakras and using that primal power to move my life forward and to help others in the way that I see fit based on my highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to me. It is about merging them, having access to your higher power, and then understanding the responsibility that comes through channeling it through the lower chakras. That comes through understanding how to use your primal life force in a really positive way as the furnace to everything that you want to create. Because a lot of spiritualists cut off from the heart down. They refuse to work in their lower chakras. This is where we get all of the So many spiritual workers are like, I'm celibate. No, and no shade to any of it. Okay, you guys, I just need to say what needs to be said. I'm very all accepting. Celibate, I won't explore any sexuality. I won't focus on my root chakra. I won't ground things fully into it. I'll just teach, channel, bring it into my heart. Look, I'm alchemizing it from the heart space, and that's beautiful and it's great, and we need that. But do you know what happens? You guys know! I don't even have to beat around the bush. You know what happens when people spend decades working from the heart up and never touch the lower chakras? You get what I would call, I'm trying to find a gentle way of saying it, spiritual misconduct. You get... Can you guys soften this? Do I have to say it like this? Oh, I hate saying it. You get rapists. You get a lot of shadowed predatory, oh, that was the word, predatory sexual energy from these people that are otherwise riding on an otherworldly high. You would never expect that level of dichotomy and that conflict. And it's there because they're choosing specifically to not bring consciousness into the lower chakras, because it's very hard. It's hard. It takes a lot of integration to understand how to take your sex and make it okay. And to work with it with consent for yourself, with others, with all the subtle energies that run at the sexual level. They're tremendous. It takes just as much psychic ability, but through the body, to understand consent and bring consciousness to things that are natural and that are human. The root chakra is natural too. Root security, expression of security, safety, the urge to protect, right? Like, that's all root chakra stuff. Money is a root chakra thing. Okay, where do you guys want to take me with this? That was quite a little detour. There's nothing wrong with being human. There's nothing wrong with having sex. There is nothing wrong with having your focus on being able to financially provide for yourself and others. There's nothing wrong with creating a legacy. There's nothing wrong with planning ahead. There's nothing wrong with wanting material things. Taken to excess becomes a problem. That becomes a karmic contract, right? But they're saying that specifically because through my channel, it's about bridging the gap in between and bringing the consciousness, sitting in the consciousness and the awakening and the understanding of the higher realms, of your multidimensional self, of your oversoul, of your higher self, or higher power for those of you that prefer that term. Channeling it into your body, digesting the consciousness, the ideas, the thoughts, making the subconscious conscious, doing that over and over and over again on a rinse and repeat cycle. And then living as a human. This is the new 5D earth that we're creating. Living as a human with very human things like love and confidence and putting yourself out there and standing out, making money and speaking your truth. Having great relationships, having good sex, and having a wonderful, secure, happy, beautiful, luxurious home. And all of the things that you want within that home, knowing that you're not attached to them. At some point you're going to leave. But that you get to enjoy being human while you're here, if you would like that experience. So this work is about integrating and learning and bringing consciousness to all of you, both as a spiritual divine being and as a human, and embracing all of it in practice. What they're telling me about the ugly duckling before is like, when we think of ourselves as like ugly duckling or a black sheep, that's like the judgments of others on us. That's our karma, whatever we come into this life with, like generational baggage, generational bondage, generational curses, which are just the things our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, 7 layers back and 7 layers forward, but we'll focus on the back bloodline, have lived through the choices they've made that goes unresolved, that creates conflict, and then that conflict is carried through the bloodline and through the DNA, and it comes through every next generation with a little change based on whatever they were able to heal. At this point, I have healed all of my Generational contracts. It took an insane amount of work. I'm not even going to go into it. But anyway, the point is the ugly duckling is like that karma that you come into. And whatever you don't like about yourself can be healed. Whatever you don't like typically isn't you. It's somebody else's projection on you. It's something you learned based on your karmic experiences growing up. And you get to shift through this work, through this healing work, from the ugly duckling to the swan. Hi, Shelly. You did spell it right. Thank you, love. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm always here for this. It's my spiritual contract. I have to do it, but I love doing it. That's the thing about integrity. When Spirit says you got to do this now, like, you do it. But there's always grace. They gave me a break for a couple of years because they were like, oh, Emelina's going to be real powerful if she can integrate this shit into place. So they really work with you. It's such a loving, it's so loving and so supportive, but just very direct, right? Like, it's pretty no bullshit. I describe the Akashic Records as no bullshit. Also is insanely magical, which is a whole nother thing. Okay, what do you guys want to say on the swan or on the glow up? The glow up is not only possible, it is probable when you work within the Akashic Records, when you do this healing work. Just even accessing your Akashic Records, accessing the soul blueprint without even knowing what psychic data would come through, without even having psychic abilities. Hi, from Vancouver. Would you say Vancouver, Australia? Oh my God, how exciting. I'm in Los Angeles. Just having access heals your consciousness. It increases your vibration. It lifts your vibration, literally at a core level. Where else are you guys going with that? And then I want to touch on the psychic. Let me jot down so I don't forget the psychic stuff. The swan. Okay, let's talk about the swan. The swan is your ability to release all inhibition, to release your past, and to create yourself into a new story and a new identity. You are literally taking yourself as a clay, and you are working with the God creators and being the God creator and molding yourself into place, creating a version of you that you love. Not that you don't love the ugly duckling part of you. We all have this within ourselves. It's just that nobody said you have to stay you have to continue to be a version of yourself you don't like. You can heal it, accept it, shift it, and change it. I'm not one to sit in it. I change. I'm a fast mover, a fast changer. Moving at the speed of lightning. Although these days, I've taken that lightning that used my soul essence was lightning since I was a kid. It always came through as lightning. And I've really, really been refining it. I've been so actively refining it because that lightning is a lot for me and a lot for other people. And integrating and refining and integrating and bringing it into my body. And now that essence is summer. So I've just got the big warm glow. Sometimes it's a little much and you get a little burn, but it's like a nice burn and it peels and then you go back in the sun again in the summer. But warm, loving, supportive. I'm kind of like a big hug in the fiery way. Okay, wait, go back to the swan. I just got distracted again. It's creating yourself into who you want to become. As your vibration rises, as you heal, as you connect more and more and more and more with your authentic soul frequency, that literally vibrates out of your cells. You become more beautiful. You become more handsome. It is very natural. At this point, I don't even work at my looks. And I literally I've people stop me all the time. Not to like toot my own horn, but I'm not going to shy away from it because it's this work. It's this work. I mean, I know that there are a lot of cosmetic procedures that could be done to make someone more beautiful, but like, baby, just heal. Just heal. You're a swan. It's just about allowing yourself to release all of the ideas of what an ugly duckling is and stepping into the energy of that swan, of that king, of that queen, claiming your confidence, claiming your spiritual power, claiming the right to who you are. And I promise you, you naturally, effortlessly glow. Your skin glows differently. You feel different. You vibrate at a higher level. You literally become more attractive. If you guys don't believe me, start scrolling back in my feed. Go check out all of my videos. Like, you're gonna see, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not hard to maintain because I'm just maintaining my spiritual energy. And then I'm maintaining my body with the spiritual energy so that I can continue to, I'm not pulling it in at this point. I'm actually like pulling it up from the earth, but it's like, my body can support the voltage of the amount of power that I have spiritually, if that makes any sense. We are live wires. We are little human batteries, okay? You can only contain in your battery of your body the amount that your body can support. And by contain, I mean the amount of soul energy, the amount of life force, the amount of chi, the amount of... I'll say attractiveness, but it's not literal. Hello. Hello from Florida, I saw. It's attractiveness from like your ability to magnetize what you need to you at any moment in time, space. It's your power. How much power are you holding down here in your battery, which is your body? Your ability to hold power in your body has everything to do with how much garbage you can release out of your body, which is toxic emotional patterns, PTSD patterns, anything that the body is holding on to, like resentments, disagreements, old conflicts, old traumas, childhood wounding, childhood traumas. That stuff is stored at the body level. If you have a lot of it, your body can't hold that much of the soul voltage in the battery of the body. As you release, as you heal, and you release, and you heal, you make a lot of room and space, then you call in more energy from your soul, and you learn to maintain that energy in your body as a sacred temple, which requires movement, it requires healthy eating. I'm not saying you can't have the fun stuff, I'm just saying like you do have to keep up the mechanics of, oh my gosh, what are the words? Of the specific foundational nutrients that your body needs to be able to run on spiritual current or spiritual energy. They're not removing sex drive from that. Sex is part of that, for those of you that wonder. If your sexual energy is tied up, knotted, messed up, shamed, that will remove the furnace which is like your ability to create the power in your body. So you'll have a really dim power, even if you're pulling in your soul current. All of it is just handled through healing. This is obviously, it's going to be a long process. Like, I'm here for the whole lifetime thing. But oh my God, there are so many of you from Florida in here. East Coasters, huh? The point is when you start doing the work, you start learning about it, it gets easier, you bring your consciousness to it, you start healing yourself in all the ways you can, and as you do this work throughout your life, and I want to be like, it's not a life commitment, but it kind of is. You're always going to have access to it. It's like, I got my Reiki transmissions when I was 19, and they haven't gone away. I don't use them very often. I don't use them all the time, but like they don't go away. I can turn it on in a second. I had somebody call me out too that's like, visually very psychic, and he was like, I can see that you have a Reiki transmission. He was like, you've done Reiki. I was like, oh yeah. Like, I've got that on my bag of tricks. Because you could see it on my energy. Like, you've always got it with you. When you work with the Akashic Records, you're always going to have it with you, and then you can play with it, move with it, work with it throughout your life as you're guided to, as you want to, as you're led to. They will often call you in when it's time for an up level. You'll just get like a ping, like, oh, I should probably go into my Akashic Records now. Okay, where else do you guys want to take me? I feel like there was something else on the list here. Okay, so they want me to talk about, this is theme number 3, the spiritual power that you would have access to. It's awakening the sleeping dragon within. Your consciousness, even as conscious as you are now, is a huge amount asleep. And when they say asleep to me, they mean at the multidimensional level. When you start working within your Akashic records, and the course that I'm going to introduce you guys to, I actually take you into your galactic Akashic records, and it is my work to help you open up to your multidimensional power. It's a lot more spiritual power and a lot more spiritual access. When you awaken that, you're awakening the sleeping dragon. Pretty much everyone on this earth is asleep to their multidimensional soul self, their oversoul. They might be able to awaken a little bit in this lifetime, but getting access to your multidimensional self requires a lot of practice. There are a lot of us that do it, but a lot being very relative. I don't know how big the numbers are, but I don't feel like there are a lot of us, and there also are not. So a lot of the work that I help you guys do is actually getting a straight shot access to your multidimensional self and your galactic Akashic records. This is opening you up to your starseed lineage, your starseed DNA, your soul family, understanding multidimensional past life experiences. I take you guys through a 12-strand DNA activation so that you can have access to the full capacity of your human self as you learn to integrate those energies and show that you can work with them through your waking life. It's very, very magical and very beautiful. So what else do you guys want to say about that sleeping dragon? Oh, they said you covered it. Something else I'll say is that in the Akashic records, it's about surrendering to the highest. You're surrendering to your highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to you within the information that you're given. They will always impart what you need, not what you want. So if you go in with a specific thing, like you're looking at a relationship, like I want to know, and they look at you and they go, that's not the root cause of what's going on here. You actually need an upgrade, or you need a big sweep in your karma, or you need to do ancestral healing. That's what'll come through. You're given what you need, not necessarily what you want. They direct specifically to the problem. They're not like etheric people pleasers. Just because you go in there and ask for a lot of money, if that's not the issue, like they're going to bring you where you need to go, which might be in a past life healing or a current life regression into your childhood to help you resolve part of your soul that is stuck in like a loop, a negative karmic loop, siphoning off your power because you couldn't reconcile the conflict that had happened, which requires a conscious mind in the moment to go back and reconcile it and bring that power back to you. I take you guys through all of this in soul retrievals in the program. So they asked me to jump right in. So I'm going to tell you guys now about the program, and then you can decide for yourself if you want to jump into it. If you're interested, if you have any questions, flag me down, send me an email at wearewokeaf@gmail.com. The link is iamemmelina.com/akashic-records. It is a 6-module program, which I will gloss through what those are with you guys. And also I do want to mention, for those of you that wonder if you need to be psychic or you need to have psychic skills to access them, the answer is no. I will teach this to you. Being psychic is just like being creative. It is a skill. Everyone has access to it. Everyone can be psychic. Everyone is psychic to one degree or another. They're just generally unconscious, or it's running through the subconscious on some level of automatic autopilot. You don't need to be psychic to do this work. You just need to be willing to follow direction, to surrender to your higher self and your highest good, to do the work and show up for a daily meditation practice. All right. I will teach you how to unlock your intuitive abilities. They're different for everyone. There are millions of different types of intuitive abilities. Now, we generally get them down into about a dozen clairs, which are like the extra senses. Like clairaudience is the ability to hear. Clairsentience is the ability to just like know and feel. Clairgusto is when you smell things. You hear that with the Virgin Mary all the time at her appearances. Like, it's like, I just smell roses. It's like the Virgin Mary. Like, that's one of those clairs. Clairvoyance is being able to see. There are so many clairs. We will get into that in the program as well. I teach you about the Akashic records, 1. There's an entire pre-course on getting warmed up to your access. There are a number of Starseed Light Collective downloads that help explain and help you to understand as a channel where I'm channeling other entities, what the Akashic Records are and how to use them for your own gain, your own benefit. Of course, always respecting all the free will laws in this universe. Everyone else's free will gets respected. And only for your highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to you. I would say as in association with your Christic light body. The highest good. The most vibey good things, okay? Claire Gusto, I can taste things. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, Gusto. Yeah, there's a taste and then there's a smell. Sometimes I smell things. That one's interesting. Okay, let me scoot right over, you guys. Okay, so I've got the whole welcome program, which when you sign up, you get immediate access to all of that. Actually, I don't have this dripped out right now, so you get access to everything when you sign up. I would do one module a week or one module every 2 weeks and really dive into it. Each module includes a 1 to 2 hour workshop and then a bunch of different videos that explain things and deep dive meditations. Everyone that has gone through this, I have heard from every single student, they are like, the meditations are the freaking awesome sauce. They're like, it's magic. It is like sitting with me as a shaman in front of you, healing you, except it's all done through your Akashic Records and your guides and source. It's the most beautiful process ever. So I take you through what it means to heal and transform in the Akashic Records. I teach you the prayer to access, get into your records, what to expect. You know, there are downloads to help you begin to start accessing your own intuition and your psychic guidance. Again, that unfolds in a very different way for everyone. Some of the people in my programs, they start to just get feelings or they'll just have thoughts and they'll be like, are these my thoughts? They just sound like my thoughts. Well, that's how spirit works when you're starting, right? It's like you just get new thoughts. It's like retracing and remapping your neural pathways in your mind and in your brain. It's fucking magic. Like, it's like getting a brain scan and a brain upgrade. So many people are like, oh my gosh, Emelina, you're so intelligent. I'm like, yeah, it's all this work. like my brain my consciousness just maps more and more and more, and I get more and more and more neural pathways. So a lot of it, I'd say for like, I don't know, maybe half the people that have worked with me in this way, it'll come through as new thoughts. New thoughts that you haven't had before that sound like your thoughts, but they're different. They're like new ideas, aha moments, like you'll just break through things. You'll just naturally be a little bit more positive. That stuff's really magical. For other people, it could be and is frequently developing your clairaudient ability, which is your ability to hear your guides and hear the guidance, hear your higher self, or your clairvoyance, which is where clairvoyance is, I feel like, developed a lot in the Akashic Records, doing Akashic Records work, because it's frequently how they show themselves and how they'll show things in movies. So when you're working through like a childhood trauma or a past life history, or even watching into future projections of what could happen, watching future timelines, they're shown as like movie snippets in your consciousness, in your mind, and you can see it in your third eye. So I help you to open up your third eye, open up your heart, receive and intuit all of the information from your heart so you can bypass the ego interference. I teach you the difference between ego and spirit so you can feel comfortable and confident there. I also bring you into like breathwork activities, pranayama activities from yoga to help you center and be satiated in your body so you can maintain that battery for the spiritual current that's going to be coming into you so it sticks with you through the day, right? I teach you how to go into your records, how to come out of your records, how to decompress, how to ground, because you are tapping into the source voltage battery. And then when you come out, you got to know how to integrate that pretty quickly, work with yourself and your body, so that you can maintain it in a really healthy way. Module number 3, those are the first 2 modules, 3 modules, okay? There's actually 7 modules that include the full welcome module. Module number 3 is mediumship. It's about becoming your own channel, your own guru. It is not about connecting to external guides, okay? For you guys, this is about connecting with your higher self, your higher power, and your spirit guides. so that you can have a clear conscious download and understand when it's your higher self speaking to you, when your higher self is with you. You can call them into practice. There is a practice to train your higher self. It's just like any other relationship. Your higher self needs you to practice creating space to cultivate a relationship with him or her in order for you to have fast access on demand. It is a much larger version of yourself. It's typically described as the 6-dimensional version of yourself. I think it even can go higher in the structure. At this point, I'm typically channeling my oversoul now, and I'll tap into my avatar soul, which are like the next hierarchical stages up. But anyway, so I teach you how to connect with your higher self and mediumship, which is being able to channel, guidelines when channeling, knowing when there's interference, because that shit's real. So I teach you guys that. You'll know whether it's your higher self or if it's something else masking itself as your highest self. And that shit happens. And that's why I really focus on safety, is because interference is real. Psychic interference is a thing. And I coat this entire fucking program in safety. I literally, like I literally train you guys how to be the most safe with your consciousness, because it's the thing that Divine Mother, when she channels through me, says that you should protect your consciousness with your life. It's like your most valuable asset is your consciousness. So you want to make sure that that's not getting hijacked, and you do that by just following the guidelines that I give you and the structure, and your guides will take care of you as well. Discernment is really, really, really important, which is why I teach this stuff, and I don't just leave you as like a lone wolf to figure it out on your own. The amount, oh my God, I even know you guys. I have such significant mastery around channeling. The amount of spiritual interference that I've had to deal with through my life, and other entities coming and masking themselves and all this bullshit. Like, I have a very strategic set of guidelines, rituals, movements, and rules for how any spiritual anything can contact me, including humans, and telepathy. You have to go through your higher self. There are guidelines and principles to put into place. There are invocations that I give out. I have literally had clients tell me when they did the invocation, they felt a huge surge of power come back, and then they were like off and running to the races in their life, manifesting, creating what it is that they wanted, because they actually felt all their power come back to them, and they felt that infinite protection. Okay. I love that whole module, actually. I tell you what questions to ask in the records, how to sit in the records, how you know what information will come in, whether it's yours or whether it's your ego, what to do when you're not getting clear guidance, what to do when you get bored or restless. The Akashic records aren't always going to be perfect every day. They're showing it to me like a courthouse, but it's like anything. It's like walking into a cafe or a restaurant. Like, the conditions change every day. Your body, your conditions, your access changes every day based on where you are in the moment. So you got to be flexible with how you work with it. So I explain all of that. Module number 4 is unshakable confidence and radical self-belief. I take you guys through becoming the most confident version of yourself. Managing your energy, calling back your energy, integrating your energy, knowing when you've left some energy with another human somewhere else or another place or another time space and it needs to be called back, calling in and manifesting miracles, collapsing time, working at the quantum level with quantum shifts, making big quantum leaps, and doing it all very, very safely. And then module number 5, oh wait, no, I've got 2 more. Module number 5 is soul contracts. It's about writing your future and negotiating your soul blueprint. I don't mess around with this stuff, okay? Like I told you, I'm like a cosmic lawyer or a cosmic judge. I'm up there and I'm like, I'll give you guys the behind the scenes here, because this is real. I've had like 4, I'll call them marriage contracts, twin flame contract, 5D marriage contracts is what I would call them for those of you that follow that stuff online. But ultimately, like, soulmates that, like, there's a syncing up, like, God selected these people for me. And I'm like I'm like, I don't know if this is really a fit. Anyway, you can rewrite things. You can change your life and change what's attracted to you and change what you're attracted to based on who you want to become, what feels right for you, and of course, surrendering and giving all of that up to God and up to spirit. Most of you probably won't be messing around too much with all of your soul contracts. But the point is, the soul contracts, you can really focus on your contracts around health, your contracts around wealth and money, your contracts around your sexuality, your contracts around your spirituality, your contracts around family, your contracts around romantic soulmate love and partnership. Your contracts around your career, around your creative expression, and even your contracts around visibility. Like, how visible are you? Do you want to be famous? How famous do you want to be? How much access do you want to attention? Obviously, when you rewrite your contracts, you can rewrite it like in the most perfect way, but you have to put the footwork in at the human level. It's not just going to be done. You can work with these aspects of your Akashic records, and they're not just going to let you rewrite anything. They're going to guide you to what you can handle at the soul level, based on who you are, where you've been, and your overarching soul trajectory, your curriculums. You can rewrite your soul contracts. I've got tons of meditations in this one. I've got the Sacred Rainbow Flame of Creation, the Violet Flame, the Emerald Flame, the Indigo Flame, Soul Origin meditation. I take you guys into really deep dive Akashic Records meditations that are really beautiful. Again, everybody loves them. Module number 6 is the last one I have, and I will add into this course as we go. That's something I forgot to mention. When you enroll, you get access forever. Like, whatever I add into this program, you're going to get access to, and I build it. I add more meditations. I add more modules. I'm in the process of building an additional module for this that I will release at some point that I'm very excited about. But module number 6 is Starseed Remembering. It's opening up your galactic Akashic records. So it's remembering who you are at the Starseed level. I explain and break down the Starseed races so you can figure out which one you identify with. And I channel in how to become an embodied creator, how to really tap into everything that you are and create your life the way that you want to, the way that Spirit's going to guide you in a way that's very practical, practically human. I teach you how to read crystals and plants and cool fun things like that. And you get an entire Starseed Awakening activation and workshop. It's a blast. Anyway, there's a couple dozen meditations in here for you guys too. It's a very, very fun program. It is robust. I really do take you through it. The more you practice, those psychic skills will really develop. There have been huge changes that people have accessed in their lives as the result of these programs. Simply, I'll give you some, but it's so hard to like concretely be like, what do you receive? You receive a ton of healing. It's like crazy. You upgrade your operating system at the human level. You become a new player. You become the main character. You get a big glow up. Like, it's all fabulous. Where was I going to go with that? What was a lot of things that people have told me? They changed careers. They made more money. They knew how to make better decisions for themselves because they were tapped into confidently who they are at the soul level, felt like they had access to their guidance so that they could be their own guru and actually be able to create their life without having to reach to 1.5 million people around them or other, I don't know, whoever you typically would be like, I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll ask 1 million different people about this and then try to move forward. And as much as we are adults, I've heard a lot of adults be like, I just don't know what the right decision is, and it drives me crazy. This teaches you how to get clear. This teaches you what is your energy and what is other people's energy so you can keep projections out of your energy fields. This is about keeping your auric field strong, healthy, protected. I give you rituals and practices in meditation that you can do every day to keep your energy strong and protected, to be getting really beautiful downloads, to feel like you have a lot of energy pretty much all the time. That's something I hear a lot too. People get a lot of energy. They feel the glow up, and then they have a glow up through the coming months. It takes time for this stuff to integrate. Just like for those of you that are familiar with plant medicine or mushrooms, like when you do a trip, I feel like this will resonate with a certain amount of the spiritual community. When you do a trip, it can take 1 to 3 years for that to integrate, for you to see the full, complete results of your work. And I can say that for some of the stuff that I've done. Now, the Akashic Records, you will see immediate results. That's how this work works. If you talk to any of my clients, they're all like, Emelina gets immediate results. I don't know how she does it. It's like, well, because I'm working at the energetic level, at the quantum level, and working with the multidimensional self. So when we change things up there, your perspective, your approach, the energy of how you live and be in this world changes, which changes what you attract. You become a different magnet. It's really fun and really beautiful. So you do get immediate results. You will get peace of mind, and you will get long-term results as you start to really do this work. Some of those long-term results, I had a client email me a couple of weeks ago saying that she had her student loans paid off by the government, something else was paid off by the government, something else was forgiven, and she emailed me and was like, this was a result of your program. It just took a minute for it to click in. And I was like, that's amazing. I've had other people find their soulmates. Like one of my previous clients, this is in a personal session, but like one of my previous clients was single for over a decade, and we did some big quantum healing work in her Akashic Records, and she met her soulmate within a month, and they're getting married this year. So that's fun. Most of my clients develop their psychic abilities. They start getting familiar with the unseen. They start understanding the clarity of what is spirit, what is their ego, what is spirit through other people, what is other people's ego and projections. And then they get really clear and confident with their decisions because they understand that they don't have to just run on unconscious autopilot down here as a human thinking with their lower mind, that they have access to the higher mind, that they have access to their higher self, that they can call in that guidance at any point. And for those of you that ever feel alone or feel like you're that black sheep and you haven't had access to human love, human support, human guidance that has been beneficial for you in this life, like me, I mean, the majority of my support, like 99%, has been spiritual. So you're not alone. You get access to spiritual power, to spiritual guidance, to spirit guides that will show you the way, and that never goes away. You're never alone. You're never alone. God's always in your back pocket. Your guides are always with you. Your higher self will always come down. You know, even in the moments where like I've had like total breakdowns, I've called in my higher self or called in Divine Mother to hold me, and I can feel them holding me while I'm breaking as if it was a human. It's like crazy. For any of you that need to hear that, I don't know why that came through, so someone clearly needs to hear it. Okay, is there anything else, you guys, that you'd like to bring forward? They're just saying if you're ready to enroll, go click the button, check it out, read it. Be centered in your heart, okay? You'll know if my program is for you. It's called Akashic Records Immersion, 6 modules, over 17 hours of video content, tons of meditations that you can revisit. You get lifetime access. There's an entire app you can download on your phone. You can also access it on the desktop, on the computer. I will be adding things to this in the future. There's a community in the dashboard when you log in. I just woke up and saw this. Oh, fun. You can watch it back. This is a really great stream. I'm like really excited about all of it. When you look at the landing page, okay, the course platform, or sorry, the course page with all the information on the course, feel free to read it through. If you're not as familiar with the Akashic Records, watch some of my videos on the Akashic Records. Sign up for my free training. You get an email every day for 8 days on the Akashic Records to start getting familiar with it. What I would recommend, if you feel guided, when you look through the page, center into your heart and say, is this for me? If you feel guided to it, it's for you. If you don't, then don't worry about it. You're going to know in your heart of hearts, and they are going to guide you if it's the right program for you to enroll in. If there is any level of financial blockage, you'd be shocked at the amount of energy and money spirit will move into your pocket when you make a firm conviction and decision in yourself to invest in something that is right for you. I just had a client tell me this week. She was like, I didn't know how I was going to work with you. I made the decision, and then the money showed up 2 days later from something that should not have showed up, that it doesn't even make any freaking sense. because I wanted to work with you. And I told Spirit, this is what you guys, you know, if there's any financial blockage, just tell Spirit, if I'm meant to do this, make it available, abundant, clear, and obvious. Give me the money in an effortless way. It will come in. At the bottom of the page, there is a financial prayer invocation. If there are any financial blockages, go ahead and read through the financial prayer invocation. Say a prayer consciously, just connect to your Akashic records and ask them for support, your next steps, and next guidance from your higher power and your higher self. Now, I'm running a crazy promotional discount right now, okay? It's 70% off. I will not be doing this again. They literally, well, I don't know. I do what they tell me to do, but like literally they were like, Emelina, this is what it needs to be. More people need access right now. And this is the point, the price point. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Okay. The code is ancestors. When you go to the checkout page, select, have a promo code and type in the code ancestors. It's going to pull 70% off. It pulls it off of the pay in full and it will pull it off of the payment plan. The payment plan is insanely affordable. What else do I want to say? If you guys pay in full, I think I can send you a crystal and a little baby care package. Because I like doing things like that. What else do I want to say on that? There are also, you can read some of the testimonials with previous clients that have worked with me one-on-one. I've got on that landing page. There are also 2 YouTube videos with 2 wonderful clients that I adore so much that went through the program that talk about it. And then I'm just going to skim through here. Is there anything else I need to do? I call this program as a sacred master healer. It's like, it's an energy container and it is living. It's a living consciousness. When you enroll, you get access to that living consciousness. I do frequently go into the container that I built for the program and amplify it so you guys get everything that you need at the healing level. Shelly saying the money prayer to do it. Yay! Oh! I'll place it on my altar for you too. Honestly, I'm always shocked. Like when people tell me they do prayers like this, like the money just shows up for it. Because Spirit, if you're meant to work with your Akashic records, it's a soul contract at the higher self level. If you're meant to do it, access should be coming straight through. So find a way, they will find a way. Ask for guidance. Yes. What else do I want to say? I'm like, I don't know. I'm scrolling through my landing page right now. It's cute. I like it. Anyway, 50 videos, tons of meditations. Oh my God, the PDF guides. I don't do that for all my programs, but this program I have PDF ebooks that I made that are great. They're robust. They go through like everything that's covered in all of the videos and all of the modules. And they have explainers of the meditations. So if you're not watching the meditation, if you print this stuff out and you're like, put them in a binder or something, and you just want a meditation for the day, you could like flip through your binder and select the right meditation without having to listen to it. I also totally forgot. I created everything as audio downloads as well. So if you're more of a podcast person, you can download the entire program, put it on your phone. I was like, don't do the meditations while you're driving, okay? But you could probably listen to the rest while you're driving. Is there anything else I want to say? Let me think. This is all about becoming your own guru, your own teacher, having access to your own robust guidance. And what I do say is this course isn't just another tool, because the Akashic Records are often seen as like a tool or a modality. My program is a sacred program. This is a container. It's a living container. Once you enroll, you are getting the benefit and access of all the shamanic abilities I've put in. And I'm constantly cleaning, moving, and amplifying the energy. As my energy changes, the container builds. You get more access to what that energy is. This is all quantum energy work. And the Akashic Records have a specific set of guides that they work within this container that I've built to keep you guys up. So you're given like software upgrades, like Akashic Records software upgrades. It's really radical. It's really cool. I'll just totally geek out on this stuff, you guys. Let me think if I have any questions I should answer. Oh, some of you, okay, so a few things. As you learn this practice, my program is specifically geared towards you learning how to work within your own Akashic Records. As you get good at that, and maybe I'll sprout out another program down the road about helping read other people's Akashic Records as healers, that is something that you could potentially do as well. It's not the focus of this program. My program is focused on self-healing and self-actualization. But if you are a healer, or you are in this line of work, or you are psychic, and you offer this, you're a coach or anything like that, what I say is like, can I share this? Can I share what I learned in your program with my community and clients? I'm like, integrate it, take it, make it yours. And then if you want to share something, either let me know, and I'll tell you like what are good practices around that. And if there's any tactic or like meditation that is specific to me, just give me credit. But otherwise, you guys can use it. Like, take this, move it into your life, change yourself in the best of ways. And I'll give you my two caveats here. Do I guarantee results? Well, I can't guarantee what you are going to do with your life, so I can't. This program is about taking total radical self-responsibility. What I will say is if you go through this program, you're going to have a blast. It's going to be fun. Be relaxed about it. Put in the work. You're going to have a certain amount of energetic upgrade just by enrolling, because this is an energetic living container program. And then as you do the work, you become more conscious about it. You integrate more of it. It's going to be really fun for you guys. Yes. And this is not a substitute for medical attention or therapy, to get that out there. If you do need a coach or a therapist, keep doing the things that you do. But this program is really great healing, psychic development, intuitive development, confidence, and spiritual development and self-mentorship with me guiding you through the program that you're going to love. That's what I got for you guys. For those of you that are in here, if you have any questions, flag me down and I will answer them. I'm also just looking through my notes. I'm like, was there anything else I had to say? Oh yeah, this is my last note. So something I wanted to share with you guys. This program, so the Akashic Records, why they're so important to me is because this work, what I teach you, is what has helped set me free from my karma, from my shitty circumstances, from what I was born into, from my generational trauma, from how I was raised, from negative beliefs, negative circumstances, and allowed me to step into my destiny and allows me to consciously do it every day. And my life gets better and better and better. And man, she glows better every day. You'd think I did a ton of skincare, and I did not. I did not. I just did a lot of healing last week, and I got a glow. Okay, I'm going to look at your comments. I left the page for the program in the description below as well. Again, it's imemmelina.com/Akashic-records. And you guys, if you're not ready to jump in the program, jump on my list, and you'll see all the updates and when I do other free workshops and things like that. And that's through the free 8-part video training below. imemmelina.com/training. Okay, I'm just skimming through. Let me know if you guys have any questions for those of you that are in here now. And yes, say the financial prayers, gather your resources. But in all honesty, the payment plan is very accessible, especially with this promo, this promo code. I'm doing my work. I'm just sharing the Akashic Records, making it as accessible as it can be. And I'm very excited to share all of this with you guys. It is my magic sauce. It is my awesome sauce. It's my secret weapon. My secret sauce. I see the hearts. Shelly, thank you for being here. And I think I saw Christine. Yes, Christine. Donna. And Blue at Birth. Sweet. All right, you guys. Well, that's what I've got for you tonight. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching and participating with me, for your sacred, beautiful light and energy and your presence. I have so much love for each and every one of you. If you have any questions on the program, feel free to send me an email. Check out the landing page. If it feels right and you do feel an impulse, I would say jump. Make it happen. Ask Spirit to make it happen. Do what you got to do. The thing about when we're guided and led is when we're led to leap, and frequently my programs do require some sort of a leap because it is it's a big spiritual work, which requires a spiritual leap. That's part of the work. When you're guided to leap, take the leap. Take the action. There's no better time than the present moment to do what you need to do and to start the work that you're led and guided to do. So that's my recommendation, and I trust that you'll make the best decision for yourself in any way and every way that you possibly can. And yeah, oh my gosh, I almost totally forgot to tell you guys too. For this launch, I don't usually do this, but the records told me to give you guys, I don't typically do any level of refunds because I really, spiritually, I need you to trust your own decisions. And that trust is what creates the container of the healing work that you step into. Now, you're going to do that anyway, but I'm going to extend a guarantee as well. Where for the first 24 hours after you enroll, if you see the content and you're like, this is not my vibe, just send me an email and I will provide you with a refund. I don't think that's going to be the case for you guys. I really think I over-deliver in this program, and I've heard that. I've had many clients tell me I totally over-deliver. There are tons and tons of videos. It's very fun. And I'm easy to pay attention to. So I really think you're going to love it. But in case that's helpful in you making your decision, I want you to know that that is available for you as well. Luna, love and light from Northern California. Beautiful. Good to have you here. Oh my gosh, you gems of humans. You stuck around with me for 90 minutes. I adore you. I love you. Send me an email if you got questions. I'm probably going to run this promo through the 3rd, through the 4th maybe. I haven't quite decided yet. So when it feels right, hit that trigger button. If you miss it and you see this video later, or you make your decision and just get a hold of me. Okay, just send me an email and we'll figure it out. That's what I've got. Hola, Mark. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you soon, and I really look forward to seeing you in this program. I'm so excited to see you guys in this program. You have no idea. Oh wait, I was gonna leave, but actually, I never like being talking too much about an offer, but let me just tell you how excited I am about it, okay? Because I feel like that needs to come through. When I did this program, I was like, this is insane. I get to teach this? Like, this shit is life-changing. It has completely changed my life. I have been dedicated to the practice of working in my own Akashic records for 10 years. I taught myself, then I got mentors, then I retaught myself again, and I've worked the whole process of developing all the psychic skills where I have an insane ability to guide you guys in a very clear, decisive way that's very supportive, that's easy on your consciousness. I won't say it doesn't require practice or effort, because it does, but I will make it easy. I do make it easy and fun. So that's what I got. Anyway, I'm just really excited about it, and I hope you guys are just as excited. Again, send me an email if you've got questions. Thank you for joining me on this stream, and I will touch base with you guys soon in the next video. Alrighty, peace out.